Hey friends, welcome back to our channel, and if this is your first time stopping by, welcome. And I want to say a big thank you to each of you for spending a portion of your day with us here on our channel. We appreciate it so much. And if you're new, I'm Angie, and I enjoy sharing different projects that I have going on around the home. My passion is homemaking and just making our home a place of happiness and ease that we can come home to and relax, and it just be a haven from the rest of the world outside. I really enjoy homemaking and doing things for my family. And one of the things that I do first thing when I get up in the morning is I unload the dishwasher and then reload it with the breakfast dishes from that morning. And I do use a planner, which keeps me on task because I have been overwhelmed in the past and my housework just got away from me. And so now I try to go by that planner and keep everything going as smoothly as it can. You know, sometimes things are unpredictable and it don't always go as planned. But this helps me to keep my home pretty much clean and tidy. After I finish in the kitchen, I always run a load of laundry. Laundry is ongoing in our home, and I try to do at least 2 loads a day to keep everything running smoothly with that. We started back to school this week, and if you don't know, I homeschool, and this is actually our 14th year of homeschooling. I cannot believe it has been that long, but I've thoroughly enjoyed homeschooling our daughters, and one of the things that I love about homeschooling is being able to discover your children's learning style and being able to cater the curriculum to that style and just see them blossom and just form their interest. And it's just been an enjoyable time for us. And so we started this week. I love the slow mornings and just being able to spend time one-on-one with our daughter is so special to me. Also, when school starts for us, it always just makes me think of fall. And even though it is 100 degrees outside, I do like to start decorating our home because it takes me a while to get everything decorated. And I love fall season, and so I want to enjoy it as long as I can. I don't go crazy with the pumpkins and the turkeys. I just start changing colors and textures. And so I did go get my bins and pulled out all of my florals that I have so that I can start doing early fall decorating and just have those colors and textures and just get a start on decorating our home. So what I'm starting with this week is our built-ins. If you have followed our channel for very long, you know that I struggle with shelf styling, and these have been so difficult for me. But I think that I have too much stuff on them. Now, I didn't think I would ever hear myself say that because I love my thrifted items and I love putting them out so that I can enjoy them. But I think I just have too much on these shelves, too many colors going on, and I just want to simplify that just a teeny bit and just add a few colors that reflect fall. So that's what I'm going to be working on. It does take me several days to decorate these shelves, and I don't really go by any rules. I know there's different rules for shelf styling, but I just used my thrifted items that I love. I picked out a few colors that I could incorporate into these built-ins, and that's what I'm going with. So I'm just showing you what I do. Maybe you can find inspiration in it, but just keep in mind that there's no rules that I follow with this. I start with my ironstone bowl that I thrifted, and I just love the creamy whites of ironstone, and I've decided that this is one of my colors that I'm adding onto our bookshelves. And the bookshelves are wooden, as you saw, and so I think I need this contrast of this light creamy color just so it will pop from the shelves. I'm adding my favorite dried hydrangeas. I love to do these. I just grow hydrangeas and then clip them and dry them. I have a whole video showing you how I do that, but I love it because it is free decor and I love how they look in the fall. I'm adding this bowl to the top shelf, and that's all I'm going to have on that shelf. If you saw the before, I had this top shelf loaded with books, which I love my old books, but I think that this bowl and these dried hydrangeas just make a huge statement piece. On the next shelf, I'm going to use this cutting board as a type of riser, and I do use a book, but I end up taking that off. But this is my thrifted swan that I showed in my last video. I'll put a link to it in case you're interested in seeing all of my thrifted finds. But I was so excited to find this swan, and I wanted it to be a focal point on these shelves, but it needed a little something extra, so I just added this green garland around it. This garland looks a little bit like dried florals, so I thought that it would be perfect for fall, not too green. And then I thought the swan needed a little extra something to make it pop. So I bought this ribbon at Hobby Lobby. It's like a mustard yellow, which is one of my other colors I'm using on the shelves. And I just tied a simple bow around the swan's neck to give it a little bit more texture and color. Moving on to the bottom shelf, I hung this mirror up right after we moved in, and I love it here. I think it just adds that little bit of reflection of light. And then I had these florals from Hobby Lobby. I've had them for years. I just put them in this thrifted crock just so they would make a statement. And then I added a Lazy Susan that I got at Home Goods, and this cloche. I think this came from Michael's. Just added a blue and white planner with a spool of blue ribbon. Added my favorite vintage books, and then I just added these shoes for that little pop of blue. Blue is the main color that I'm using on these built-ins, and my daughter actually found these shoes while we were out thrifting, and I love them so much. On the other side of the bookshelf, I added a lamp. We love to have lamps during this season that we can just have that glow. I put it on a brass tray and then added my thrifted apothecary jars. I filled one with acorns, one with some pumpkins and acorns, and then the other one just has a few chess pieces. And then I added a picture here with a green frame that ties in with the picture that's hanging on the wall. So far I've used the cream, mustard yellow, and green on this bookshelf. And then onto the other side, I added a cream picture that I also thrifted, and I filled it with my pheasant feathers. I love decorating with pheasant feathers in the fall. Just love the texture and the color. This is my thrifted dog planner. I just filled with a few green stems and added these white berries. I can't remember what they're called, but I just love them. And then on the top shelf, I added some creamy white books, black books, just to give it a little more texture. Added my chippy pedestal, which is meant to go the other way, but I turned it upside down and added these greens in it and the berries. Added my fox hunt print, and then on the other side I added another thrifted blue and white jar. And I just add these little wooden risers just to give it a little more depth. And then I added this thrifted dog that my sister got me. And then on the top shelf, I just added some ironstone pictures, added some dried hydrangeas in one of them. And then I used this gold mirror, which I thought kind of played well with the mustard yellows. And then on the other side, I just left these books that are kind of a reddish burgundy color. I thought they went well with the other dog that I have using it as a sort of a bookend. I did leave some of the shelves the same, but I will go back and tweak them as we get more into the season. But this is how it turned out. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Well, friends, that wraps up this week's video. Thank you so much for watching and spending a portion of your day with us today. We really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our YouTube family. And we have a lot more fall content coming your way in the next few weeks. Also, if you like this kind of content, please give us a thumbs up and hit the bell for notification when we have a new video that goes live. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and our blog, Our Contented Home. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.